Welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at creating an Aziz and Cucher inspired distorted portrait. So here is our inspiration artist. Aziz and Cucher were some artists based in America using Photoshop in the early 2000s to create distorted portraiture like this. Also, other artists would include Mcrae, who does these body architecture kind of images where the body is distorted by adding things to the body, as well as artist Bart Hess doing something similar, distorting the body in different ways. So let's get straight into the video. The first thing I'm going to do is download the start images from the description box below. Then I'm just going to delete these images so mine looks the same as yours. And as always, I'm going to reset Photoshop by going Window, Workspace, Reset Essentials. This Learn icon appears. I'm going to get rid of it. Then I'm going to reset my tools by clicking the Move tool. Then up here, right-click, Reset All Tools, and hit OK. And now my Photoshop is going to be the exact same as yours. Okay, so let's get started. As always, the first thing we want to do is we want to duplicate the layer. So click the background layer and go Command and J to duplicate the layer. And now we're going to do a very simple Photoshop technique to get rid of the key features in the face, the eyes and the mouth. In order to do that, you want to come up to the icon that looks like a plaster and right click it. This is the Spot Healing Brush tool, and you actually want to come down to the Patch tool. Now what the Patch tool allows you to do is it allows you to draw around key features like the eyes. And then what you do is you click over the eye and then you move, and what Photoshop will do is it'll try and copy from a different area in the image. So I'm just going to go over the forehead like this, and it's copied some of the forehead and it's tried to stitch it in here. That looks absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to go ahead and just draw around this eye here. And same thing, I'm going to pick up some patch of skin up here. And then the mouth, you can just draw around the key features of the mouth. And same thing, we want to pick up something from around about there. Now I've still got these marching ant selections around here, so I'm going to Command and D to deselect those. Now it looks good at the moment, but we do have this rough edge around the edges of the circles that we've created. So what I'm going to do is we're going to disguise that a bit with a bit of blur. So again, we want to come and click into our layer and Command and J to duplicate our layer. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come up to our filter menu and we're going to go to the blur option, and then we're going to choose Gaussian blur. Now ensure that your preview box is ticked, and then you can just move the slider the amount of blur that you want, which will then start to distort the join around the eyes. Around about, yeah, that's looking good. Around about 20, looks about good to me, 16 to 20, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Now at the moment the whole image is quite blurred, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this blurring effect by clicking into the layer mask, into the layer, and then I create a layer mask. I'm going to double click my layer and call it the blur layer, so there's no confusion. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint into this layer mask here, and wherever I paint black, this blurring effect will disappear. So I need to come over and get my brush tool, shortcut B for brush tool, and I need to modify my brush tool. At the moment it's very small. So I'm going to hold down Control and Option, or Control and Alt, and when I hold those down I'm going to click, and as I move left and right my brush gets bigger and smaller, and as I go up and down my brush goes from hard to soft. So we want a soft brush like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to make sure I'm in my layer mask, and then I'm going to go ahead and just brush in around the edges, which is the opposite effect of what we normally do. As you can see, we're brushing in the edges around here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my color and choose a light gray. And then I'm going to hit OK. And now painting gray in here has the effect of slightly reducing this effect that we have on. Okay, so we can see some gray parts coming through here, which is slightly reducing the effect. And I think that looks fantastic as it is, so we're going to stop the tutorial there. Very much inspired by artists Aziz and Cucher. I hope you've enjoyed the video tutorial. If you have, please give it a like. It really does help out tremendously. Remember, you can follow the playlist of other Photoshop advanced tutorials which should help you become better at using Photoshop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.